Welcome back. This is Wisconsin Shoe Guy. Today we're going to take a look at a very cool pair of boots from Meermin in this Rocado shell Cordovan that is marbled. And marbled shell Cordovan, especially in this green color, pretty hard to find. Not a lot of makers are using it, and I really like what Meermin did with this. They took the traditional Galway pattern with a mock cap and the beautiful sides, and they put an unlined shell Cordovan shaft on it. They did this antique brass eyelets. So you have 4 eyelets, 4 speed hooks, and they put a JR sole on it. Very plain waist, plain sole, kind of uninspired in a lot of ways, but they make up for it by using this really cool leather. Now, you know, that's the thing about Meermin, right? It's a good brand to try something out and see if you like it before you go and invest big in one of the big inspirational kind of really sexy brands. And that's what I did with this. I wanted to see how they did it. You know, my first boot like this was the Malway, which is a design from Enzo Bonafe. And so I've called this the Malway. And I find that it's really interesting in the way that they have interpreted the design. It's very similar to Edward Green. Now the challenges that I have is that the last is pretty closed here, so it's pretty roomy inside. And then as I open this up, the tongue is also unlined, which is nice, but it does change the fit. And then as we look at this part here, you see how they have the unlined here, and then they have that. That is a difference, right? The Galway, for those of you who own the Edward Green type, the lining actually goes direct, the shaft actually goes directly into the boot, so you don't feel that structure for the shoe part like you see here. So now most of the brands do it just like Meermin does, but I thought that was an interesting way of doing it. Now these are their standard Goodyear welt. This is not a hand welted version of a Meermin, and so it is an interesting take. Now they have the Linea Maestro on the insole, which does beg some question, but that is not, you know, what I paid for and not what I expect. So, and actually, if we look at the number is a 101523, which is not a hand welted number. The hand welteds are 102s and 106s. So for what that's worth. So anyway, so that is an interesting take on this. Now, I've used a lot of your typical Cordovan cream, and I've used some green pure polish on these, and I like the way that it's kind of blending together over time. Now they need a good brushing and some care, but I try to do that right before wear. And they're not up in rotation, but I wanted to share kind of where they are with you. So that's one of the things that I do. I'll condition a pair of boots before I put it in storage, and I use these Woodlore trees for some of my boots, and I do like them, although in my mind 75 bucks is overpriced for or even 50 bucks is overpriced for non-lasted trees, but they are chunky, which I do like. So that is the Malway boot from Meermin. The edging is very plain, actually kind of rough. The fudging is nice. See if it does it there. Yeah, there you go. So it's a lot of stuff. The stitch density and stuff like that is actually pretty good, and you know, nice 270 welt, actually pretty far back, and nicely shaped on that as well. So all in all, you know, quality for Meermin is pretty good. You know, I know the guys at Meermin, and they look out for my shoes because they know I do these videos. So I know a lot of people have had trouble with them, and I've been very fortunate not to have any of those problems. But again, you know, sometimes they do, in my experience, pretty good work. So this is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and that is the Malway boot. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.